Who are you?
Man, West Side Gun, man. You know what I'm saying? The infamous Fly Guy, man, Griselda.
West Side Gun, welcome to the Nardwuar Show via Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, via the internet.
You already know, man. Doop, 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 man. We be battling for them doop doops, man.
You, West Side Gun, watched some wrestling on Gray Street with your Aunt Jenny?
Yes, yes. Rest in peace, man. My Aunt Jenny. She a legend, man. She, you know, started me early, man. All the pay-per-views at her house. And she was dope, man. You know what I mean? Big Hulk Hogan fan.
And West Side Gun, I have a gift for you right here, a wrestling album from 1985
Yeah.
and some wrestling cards from the 80s as well, which I will mail to you. I will mail these to you. And I was curious, since we're on Zoom, I wanted to ask you about these records. I want to show you. Can you see these records right here? Do these records bring back any memories to you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Captain Lou Albino, Junkyard Dog, Ricky Steamboat, Jimmy Hart, McMahon, Mean Gene, Jesse Ventura, uh, Harvey Winkle, Macho Man Elizabeth, Paul Orndorff, uh, George the Animal Steel. I'm seeing a lot in there, man. I'm seeing a lot, man.
And
Five,
you actually sold some Mean Gene art, didn't you?
yeah, man. I had a painting, Mariella Angela, she did for me, Mean Gene, with Ultimate Warrior, man. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful painting.
And also, I'm going to give you some cards as well, some vintage wrestling cards. What do you think about these fellows right here? What can you say about these fellows?
Man, I know him all well, man. Bruno San Martino. I just mentioned him in my No Vacancy record on the Pray for Paris album. You know, Tilly Blanchard, man. That's one of the four horsemen. Ric Flair, you know, that's one of the greatest all time. Dusty Rhodes, The American Dream, and of course Cyndi Lauper with that Hogan, man. That's classic days, man. I know them all.
And that actually is an entire gift for you, West Side Gun. That I will mail to you. I will mail that gift to you, West Side Gun.
Thank you, man. Respect, respect.
Did you also sell comics in the 5th grade with Victor?
Yeah, man. Altor Comics, man. You know what I'm saying? Victor he was insane, drawn even when we were 10 years old, you know what I'm saying? And I come up with characters and stories, and you know, he had draw it, and it was crazy, man. We was 10 years old already getting to it, man. Altor, the beginning of my first name and the end of his first name.
Sir Thought a Lot. Were you actually Sir Thought a Lot?
Nah, man, not Sir Thought. Nah. I've been a genius though, man, since a youngin'.
What's the importance of the Beats radio show? What's the importance of the Beats radio show?
I mean, Beats Radio Show it gives you that raw, man. Shout out to Beats Radio. You know
But the original Beats Radio, Beats and Lyrics.
Oh wow. Wow. Yeah, that's the station. That's the station. You know what I'm saying? If you talking about in Buffalo, man, I think it was either 88.5 or 91.3. I think it was 91.3, if I'm not mistaken, man. That was the underground college station. I'm tripping. You going back on, you switched it up on me. That was one of the one of the stations that inspired me, man. You taking it back, man. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy.
You are West Side
Gun, man.
Gun. Spoons, Death Valley Studios.
Yes, legend, man. You know, that was all at the same time. Baby Steps, Death Valley, that's where I recorded everything first. You know, we bought that equipment, man, just so we can have somewhere to come and just, you know, stay out the streets and record, man. That was really the genesis, man. You know, Spoons held it down, man.
Anthony Albert.
Yes, sir. That's Spoons, man. You know what I mean? That's my guy, man. He had us in there, man. He had the best, people in Buffalo, even at a young age. A lot of people was teenagers. A lot of us was early, 20s. But even as a teenager, man, you know what I'm saying? Conway was going there first, and we just started going over there, man. He opened up his doors, and we started SE Gang.
Westside Gunn, how do you make Nike look like Versace? How do you make Nike look like Versace?
I'm a genius, man. I always was a designer. So, I just like putting my twist on everything. And, I love the python snake and the rattlesnake, man. And I love cutting soap. And I just like bringing, elegance to the Nike, man, take it to another level. And everything sell out in 1 minute. You know what I mean? It's just always love.
What did you look like in 9th grade versus the way you look like now? What did you look like in the 9th grade?
I was still fly. I always been fly, so just younger. That's that's the only thing I could say that was different. I was just look younger, but I always been fly, man. You know what I'm saying? That was Tommy Hill, Nautica days, Eddie Bauer.
And what about right now, Westside Gunn?
Oh man, I got on, Heron Preston, man. You know what I'm saying? Little TV Johnny, man. Big things, Cartier skeleton. I got a new Air deal, man. So, I keep a nice new Air on, make a move.
Westside Gunn, I want to go back and show you an actual picture from way back when. Let's have a closer look right now at this picture right here. What exactly is going on there? What sort of...
I was fly, man. You see, I had 3 chains on in, man. And of course, that image is the infamous fly guy imagery. You know what I'm saying? That's been a phenomenon, man. But that shit, man, that's me as a kid, man. I need about 7, 8 years old, already wearing 3 chains. Like, who does that, man? That's legendary.
And then we go on further and we see this pic right here. What exactly is going on right here?
Oh, man. It was a family reunion function, you know what I'm saying? And we had to have a talent show. And I had my little cousin as my backup dancer. That was back in the day when Another Bad Creation was fly, man. And you had to have the jumper with the turtleneck under it. And, we was going to the Super Bowl in them days. So that hat was one of the Super Bowl hats. And you see them infamous Jordan 6s, man. Classic. Those are the originals, no retros, man. Those are the original 6s when they was leather.
I love that you're holding a mic right there. And do you still have those shoes?
Nah, I bought them many, many times, but none of them is the quality of those. You know what I mean? Those was the OGs, man. The ones they make now could never touch those.
You live near the Ying Yang twins?
Yeah, it was a crazy story. Atlanta, man, you know what I'm saying? When I was young, I was me, Benny, Machine Gun Black, we came down visit our aunts, and we just wanted to stay. You know what I mean? It was a good vibe. And, our junior year and, some of my senior year, I went to school in Atlanta. Then I went back to Buffalo. But yeah, Yin Yang twins live right behind me, man. It's crazy. And, we end up, we had a little, it's not even an encounter one time, man. We was kids. They probably don't even remember nothing, but yeah, they lived literally right behind me, man, in Smyrna, Georgia.
Westside Gunn, quote, "'Cause I float through my city like the ghost of..."
Oh, man, what is it, man? I'm just...
Like the ghost of Rick?
Yeah, the Rick James, man.
Rick James.
That's Benny.
And I wanted to ask you about a whole bunch of Buffalo related records. I have them here. Do you know anything about this band right here? The Mary Jane Girls.
I never heard of them. I never
It was
heard.
it was Rick James' attempt to do the Vanity Six. They're
Wow.
from Buffalo. When a Rick James attempt.
I never knew that. That's crazy. I never knew that.
And then right here we have Process and the Do-Rags, also from Buffalo. Do you know anything about them?
No, I don't even know where that's at. What steps those is, man. I don't. That must be in Harlem somewhere. But nah, I never heard of them either. I remember them. I remember them for sure.
They're from Buffalo, New York. Do you ever see them around? Because you're one of the few acts to come out of Buffalo that has had staying power. What do you remember about Joe Public?
I just remember. I remember this song, but wasn't that the song "You Gotta Live and Learn"? Yeah, you got to live and learn. I remember that. I was a kid, man. I remember that though.
Yeah, exactly. They were a New Jack Swing group, Joe Public.
100%.
And we're speaking here to West Side Gun. And where are you right now, West Side Gun? Where are you right now, West Side Gun?
I'm out here in H-Town, man. H-Town. You know what I'm saying? This is like a third home for me, man. I'm out here, a few times a month. I just love the atmosphere. I love the culture. I'm always out here. I buy my cars, my jewelry, everything, my favorite restaurants, everything out here. So I'm always out here just, working and just getting inspired.
What was it like, West Side Gun, having COVID? You actually had COVID. What was it like for people that didn't have COVID? Can you explain it at all?
Like a tornado going through your chest, man. You know what I'm saying? It was wild, but that Pray for Paris, man, that whole movement, you know what I'm saying? I started focusing on that, man, so I wouldn't be in a slump. And I had to motivate myself because at that time, man, it was a lot of pain going on. So I had to just try to focus on something else, man, instead of just sitting there, feeling bad for myself. I chose to work even through the pain. So that's why that project to me is so special and it means so much, because my whole campaign, everything I did, I had COVID.
In Buffalo, New York, that 75-year-old protester, Martin Gugino, was pushed to the ground. What do you think about that? He now can't walk and has a fractured skull.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? Prayers to him. That's wild, man. That's wild. The thing is, man, Buffalo PD always been crooked, so I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. If it wasn't for the cameras, it would probably been worse. The cameras was on, so they chose to keep walking. But trust me, it's worse for somebody living and growing up in Eastside Buffalo.
Have you heard your music played during the Black Lives Matter protests at all?
Yeah. I think they played George Bondo. They was dancing and showing love. I know a lot of people been wearing the shirts, but I definitely heard George Bondo.
West Side Gun, I also wanted to ask you about this pic right here. What exactly is going on right here, West Side Gun?
Oh, man, just young kids having fun, man. That's a young West Side. That's a young Benny, and that's a young two ladies, man. You know what I'm saying? We were just having fun, man, in those days, man. You see Benny, you know what I'm saying, with the gold teeth and the chain, and you see him, you look close to my mouth, I had the gold teeth, and you know what I'm saying? And that's how we was living, man, back then, And
there's an Academics t-shirt as well.
Yeah, man. That's crazy. We was kids. We was kids in that pic, man. Like, not kids, but we was young. Like, I definitely was early 20s, man. Benny probably had maybe just turned 20.
And if we go along a bit more, we see this. Do you recognize this fellow right here in the middle?
Oh, yeah, man. That's Big Head Chase,
Yes.
That's my manager, man. That's my brother.
And he was in the group Self Scientific. Has he ever talked about his rap group at all?
Nah, he don't. He don't. He really don't, man. You know what I'm saying? I know he got it in him, but he'll never bring it up. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I heard about it. You know what I'm saying? And I really, you know, honestly, you know, in Buffalo, we really wasn't up on it, honestly. But you know, a lot of people told me, man, Chase used to spit. I'm gonna have to check it out one day, man. I got a couple road trips going on. I need new music to listen to anyway. Might gotta take it back to go retro, man, and listen to some Chase, see what he had, man, going on. Of course, he was in the group with Planet Asia, man. Like I said, you know, shout out to Planet Asia because, and it's crazy because two people that played a big part of my career is both in one picture, man. They was in the same group, man. Shout out to Crown Don too, man. He always been tapped in, man. So shout out to Self Scientific for sure.
And I will give you that record. I will give you that record. Can you see me now?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I need that. I need that for sure, man. That's when he was about 50 pounds heavier too.
And right now here, I have a gift for you. This is from 1989 from Buffalo.
Wow, MCLA and DJ Warlock. Wow.
1989, Hip Hop Gangster.
Heat Wave Records. I gotta hear this stuff, man. That might be a hip hop gangster. I gotta hear that instrumental, man. I might gotta redo that, man.
Well, I have a little surprise for you. Well, not really a surprise, but I actually have that record. Yes, I have that record right here. I have that record to give to you, to Hip Hop Gangster, to give to Derringer, to sample. Could you tell me about this process? Because Derringer loves rare records. He spends hundreds on records.
Yes, he does, man. He's a scientist, man. He's a wizard, man. And you know, he loves collecting. He want things that nobody really have, man, real rare, you know, and he's a scientist, man. That's the Buffalo sound.
DJ Bandana Black and Doris Records.
Yeah, man. Bandana Black, you know, he always played local music, you know, for Buffalo, man. That was the only DJ we really had, you know what I'm saying? And he always showed love, man. He always been a fan, you know, since day one. I knew him before. I knew him before he was even Bandana Black, you know what I'm saying? So it was just like when he became, you know, on the radio, a radio DJ, man, he just always showed love, man. So, you know, definitely shout out to Bandana Black.
WBLK, Bandana Black. Also, Doris Records. Do you know Doris Records at all?
Doris Records, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mac Lucci, rest in peace. And you know what I'm saying? Big Pete, man, that's my guy. You know what I mean? The Big Pete always show love. They're the ones that, you know, alongside King City always, you know, sold local music, always been a staple in the community, still a staple in the community, it's still up. And it's one of the, you know, staples of our whole community, man. Hopefully it's up there forever, man, because the day Doris Records leave is going to be a sad day.
Westside Gunn, quote, got fish like
Lex.
Rolex seafood. What is the importance of Rolex seafood?
Oh, man, I used to just go there with my cousin. He lived the street over, and they had the best chicken sandwich. I eat chicken 7 days a week, so, you know what I'm saying? They had the bomb chicken sandwiches for cheap. They put it on white bread. It wasn't even no bun. You know what I'm saying? They just take a couple chicken fingers out, dump them in that sauce, and put it on white bread, and that was the sandwich. And we used to kill them, man. I haven't had one in years, but when I made the song, man, with Sky Zoo, we went up there, shot the video. They just opened up the kitchen and just gave everybody free food for the day.
Wings Kings. They grill the wings twice. Wings Kings.
Yeah. Shout out to Jay. Shout out to Aaron. Wing Kings is fire. You know what I'm saying? And they got all type of flavors, man. Wing King is the truth. You know, I'm from Buffalo, so You know, cooking chicken wings is an art, man. You know what I mean? Everybody, you know, it's 100 chicken wing places, but it's all about the sauce and how you make them. So even though we, you know, it's buffalo and buffalo wings, man, it's every place tastes different, man. Everybody got their, you know, their own style to them.
Westside Gunn, beef on whack.
Yeah, that's another Buffalo thing, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't eat beef, but that's a Buffalo thing, man. People get it. You know, it's a couple restaurants in the city, man. Kelly's Corner is one of them. I got a song, Kelly's Corner. And a lot of people go there for the beef on whack, man. But that's another Buffalo thing. You know, Buffalo is ranked number 3 in the world for best food. Like, you know, we grew up with the best food, top 3 in the world. So, you know, and beef on whack is one of those Buffalo things, man. I don't know if anybody else even have it.
Ted's Hot Dogs, Anchor Bar, Scotty's Steakhouse, Niagara Cafe.
Yeah, you making me hungry, man. It's too early for this, man. You know, I woke up for you, man. I'm starving, man. I gotta go eat now, man. But you know, Ted's, you know, best hot dogs in the world. That's when I did, you know, eat beef. You know what I'm saying? I go get the jumbo dog with the fries. Legendary, man. Anybody ever go, you know, to Buffalo, go to, and if you eat beef or pork, you know what I'm saying, whichever one you prefer, go to Ted's for sure. And that's where I was introduced to Loganberry. Ted's always had the best Loganberry. You know what I'm saying? And that's another Buffalo thing, you know. And, you know, I have all these things like, you know, title tracks because it's like, this is a part of me, you know, Loganberry and, you know, all them, man. Scotty's, of course. Scotty's is on What Was Sheen Gonna Do? You know, it's just a lot of places. Niagara Cafe. You know, I got a song, Niagara Cafe. You know, I shot a few videos over there. They always show love. You know, when we did Fallon, you know, the whole staff stayed up and watched it together. Anytime I'm in Buffalo, I eat Niagara Cafe first. That's literally the first stop every time.
And thank you also for getting up so early. This is amazing. Like 9 a.m. to do an interview is uncalled for. Thank you. The devotion, the work ethic. What are you usually doing at 9 a.m.?
Sleep. I just went to sleep. It was already light outside when I went to sleep. I just went to sleep at 6 and woke back up at 8:45 for you.
Kenmore, Niagara Falls Boulevard, Greg Street.
Yeah, man. My grandma, you know what I'm saying? She like I said, when I went to school in Atlanta and came back, she had moved out on Sheridan, you know what I'm saying? Out there, it's kind of city, it's small, it's a town called Tonawanda. And I went out there, man, with her, and I went to school to finish the last 2 months because I didn't even come back to Easter break, so school was basically done. And that was the only way I was gonna graduate. I kind of cheated the system. I never had a final exam or nothing to graduate. A lot of people don't know that. I never had a final exam to graduate high school. I cheated the system. That's how smart I am. That lets you know how smart I am. If you can graduate high school without even taking an exam, that's how smart I was.
I want to ask you, Westside Gunn, Mark Homie and the God Fahim actually have a song called Nardwuar. They have a song called Nardwuar.
I didn't know that, man. I didn't know that.
And you oftentimes go do as well. This is quite amazing to me.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you know. Shout out to them dudes, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, we got a lot of history, man. You know what I mean? When we started off, man, it's crazy how far they came, man. And I mean, I remember just vividly the other day, it was just like my coming with me everywhere with the camera and Fahim, you know what I mean, cutting my hair. You know, when he was an apprentice, so it was just like, you know, if I was in a rush, man, let him cut my hair. You know what I mean? If my barber had heads and I gotta go, and Fahim was my barber, man. And you know, sometimes I come in there, and like I say, he was an apprentice. He'd just be making beats and listening to beats. And I just told him let me hear one day, and I started rocking with him. And he was younger than me, and I just started having him come over.
Westside Gunn, what do your chains mean? Do your chains mean anything? What do your chains mean?
Yeah, you know, it's so early. I kept it to one because it would have took me at least. I would have told you I need another 15 minutes just to put them all on. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to hold you up, but I mean, you know, this is Fly God is an awesome guy right here. You know, made by Johnny Dang, man, TV Johnny. This chain is real, very, very, very heavy. I got the Fly God piece, the HOG piece, you know, House to Glory Wrestling. I have the Machine Gun Black picture piece. I have 3 Buffalo Kid pieces. I think that's really it, man. I actually just got something new made yesterday, so it's not gonna be made ready to next week. So next time you see me, I'm gonna have even more on.
Why should people care about Westside Gunn? Why should people care?
Because I'm the leader of the new school, man. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the culture, when it comes to the art, you know what I'm saying? I'm the king of it, man. You know what I'm saying? Even if some people might feel like they're a better rapper or whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? It's just what I do, what I bring to the table, it can't be duplicated, man. Just I bring too much to the table, too much to the game, you know what I'm saying? All the way around the board, man. And, you know, coming from Eastside Buffalo to now being nominated Best Group Griselda, it's a beautiful feeling to still having, you know, everybody right now, top list, you know, I'm in the top 5 of everybody list album of the year so far. There's not one list I've seen that I wasn't top 5, even, you know, Complex just put out their top 50 and I'm number 5. Like, and this with all albums, not just hip hop. So, you know, hey man, I love the paint, man. It's a beautiful feeling, man.
Well, thanks so much, Westside Gunn. Keep on rocking in the free world and do loot do.
do. Man, peace, man. You already know. Griselda.
Almost Westside Gunn. Do loot do.
Do.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Salute.